Hey, my name is Lauren and I'm here to talk to you today about type 1 diabetes. This is really important to me because my younger sister Emily was actually diagnosed with type 1 diabetes about 4 years ago. And so I'm going to tell you her story, and I'm also going to give you some more information about this disease because it's really useful and I feel it's important for parents and for young adults to know. The main thing that I remember is that she was sick for about 2 weeks before we did finally take her to the emergency room. By this time, she was very weak and very fragile, and she had lost a lot of weight. She was also throwing up a lot, and she was wetting the bed, which was really strange for her because this is something that she hadn't done for several years before. So this really raised red flags. Because her symptoms were so similar to the symptoms of the flu, we had just thought that she had a really bad case of the flu and that she'd get better with time. But because it had been so long, we decided that it was time to take her to the hospital because something was really wrong. When we did take her to the hospital, the doctors ran tests for several hours, and when they came back and told us that they suspected that she had type 1 diabetes, we were shocked. They told us that her blood sugar levels had been so high that the meter couldn't even tell us the exact number, because the meter would only register up to 1,000 milligrams per deciliter, which is the standard unit for expressing blood glucose. We also learned that 125 milligrams per deciliter is an accepted blood sugar level for someone her size and her age, so this really put into perspective how close we came to losing her.
So now you're going to see a couple pictures of my sister while she was in the hospital. And this is a more recent picture of her with my dad and my brother.
So now I'm just going to tell you what some of the common symptoms of type 1 diabetes are, and you may have already figured some of them out from me telling you my sister's story, but I'm just going to go ahead and reiterate them because they're very important for you to know. And also, I encourage you strongly to get medical help for anyone that you notice these symptoms in, because you never know when your action can save someone's life. These symptoms include being excessively thirsty or hungry, especially after eating. Also, vomiting and nausea are another one, but that one's presented later on as one of the later symptoms. That's not something that you'll notice at first. Another one is excessive urination. Also, excessive irritability is another one that we did see in my little sister. And also just feeling generally fatigued or weak and tired, and unexplained weight loss and heavy breathing are 3 other symptoms that are commonly presented with the onset of type 1 diabetes. I also want to share some other general facts that I received from my younger sister's diabetes doctor, and this is that type 1 diabetes does have an inherited factor, and it generally only occurs in people younger than 20 years old, but it can occur in people that are older than 20. It's just a little bit less common. And also, the risk for developing type 1 diabetes for the general population is about 0.1 to 0.2%. This risk goes up about 3 to 5% for children that have siblings who already have type 1 diabetes. And I also want to say that if you're a parent of a child that's newly diagnosed with type 1 diabetes and you're stressed out and you're trying to figure out how to deal with all the new information, it does get easier and it does become a part of your everyday life. My sister is 11 years old now and she's had type 1 since she was about 8, and she's dealt really well with it. And finally, I want to give you the website for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, which is jdrf.org. They're a really great resource for families of newly diagnosed children. And I also want to let you know that they hold a walk every year in different cities around the United States to raise money to find a cure for type 1 diabetes, and I think it's a really great program. It's something that me and my family have participated in for the past couple years, and it's a lot of fun. And to close up, I just want to say I'm really thankful for my sister and I'm really lucky that I still have her with me. And I just want to thank you all for watching this video and taking the time to maybe learn a little bit more about something you didn't know before. I'm going to link all of my sources below just to give credit to the websites that I used for my information.